What's up, everybody? I'm John Middlekauff. You know what I need you to do. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got content for days reacting to every NFL game all the time, every single day. Subscribe, like the videos. Let's go. One thing I do want to talk about is Bill Belichick. And on Monday night, we did a podcast the other night. He got his ass kicked. We all saw it. It was ugly. It was embarrassing. And this has nothing to do with that. In the end, in college football, when you're a big school, scouts are coming to your program constantly. And I never actually did a school visit to this place, but have been told by literally everyone I know that the best school in America to deal with as a scout, as a GM, as a person, as just anyone in the NFL, not even close, was Alabama. The doors were open literally 24/7. As a buddy described it to me one time, that if you called someone at 2 or 3 in the morning and needed to get in for something, they would have someone at the front door opening it for you. They were as NFL friendly as you could possibly be. One guy who's taken a lot of shit the last couple of years is Lincoln Riley. He's been at USC. It hasn't been going that well. He closes practice, closes to NFL scouts. It's like, why are you doing that? Like, we're all in this together. Now, one thing I had always heard about Gus Malzahn when he was at Auburn, he used to close practice as the season went on because he thought that a lot of scouts wanted to curry favor with Nick Saban, and they would steal things that were happening at practice or make notes of it and give it to Coach Saban so he would have an advantage when they played the Iron Bowl. Even though I'm not saying that's never happened in the history of the sport. I also understand where Gus, being a little insecure, he's not Nick. Like, of course, if they have to choose one guy to get in with, it would be Saban. He was just very not confident in the situation, right? So he would close practice as the season went on, and it was very unfriendly to the NFL scouts. Well, one thing that I was told is that, and there was a report last night, this is what got my mind going, is Pete Thamel of ESPN reported that Bill Belichick has made it very difficult on the scouting community so far this fall. Because basically the NFL training camp starts, right, July 20th to 24th. Most of the scouts go, like the college scouts go, give or take 7 to 10 days at their NFL facility, at the, wherever they're holding training camp, do a bunch of stuff with the GM, go to practice, and then they go out on the road and they start hitting schools, right? Because a lot of these guys, these sophomores becoming juniors that are going to be stars, they're now draft eligible, and some of these seniors, and you start getting information on these players. You start gathering information, right? They haven't played a game, but for the next couple weeks before the college season starts, you're hitting all the big schools. And if you knock on Alabama's door or you knock on Texas's door, a lot of these programs are like, come on in. You meet with a pro liaison, which typically is like the GM or a personnel guy who knows the players well, and they just break it down from a player to the main thing, especially during the fall, is the person, the character, what he's like in the program. It can be a little more difficult now with the transfer portal, way more difficult. So you got to it takes a little more time gathering the off-the-field information when a guy's been moving schools. But any guy that's been in the program for a couple years, you can talk to people and they give you a bunch of information. Well, Belichick hasn't been very accommodating. And I was told by multiple people that he has banned the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots, if you're a scout for the New England Patriots, you are not allowed at the University of North Carolina. Which is funny, but also kind of embarrassing. Because Bill Belichick, for multiple decades, my guess is made over $200 million working for Robert Kraft. Became an absolute NFL legend, winning Super Bowls, going to Super Bowls, and just kicking the shit out of everybody with Tom Brady. And then it got ugly, and he lost, and he got fired. You know what that's called? Football. Tom Landry got fired, Andy Reid got fired, Pete Carroll's been fired. People get fired. But to ban the New England Patriots is like an FU to Robert Kraft. Guess what Robert Kraft's not doing? Ever making a school call in the history of his life. He's never going to any of these universities collect. It's just some random kid random guy that works for Elliott Wolf going to the school. One, North Carolina doesn't have much talent right now. But regardless, I do think, like, I understand being old, bitter, grouchy, and angry if life's been shitty, right? If you're lonely, if your financial situation's bad, if you have no hope in life, just being miserable, like that is understandable. Now, I wouldn't choose that mindset. I think it'll just lead you to more misery. It's a shitty way to live. But when you're super rich and like life's going pretty well, someone just paid you $10 million dollars to coach the University of North Carolina when no one else would hire you. It's a beautiful campus by all accounts. Everyone on campus was fired up to watch your game. Like, it's pretty exciting. Like, you were a really big deal. They made you Monday Night Football. Like, life's not that shitty for Bill Belichick. Yet he is like this egotistical, angry, grouchy, just asshole right now. And listen, that's always been his thing. Well, it's much more understandable and easy to deal with when you're winning. When you're losing, and what we witnessed last night, no one's going to handle that stuff very well. We are extremely excited to announce our new presenting sponsor, Hard Rock Bet. Everyone knows and loves their hotels and casinos, but now you can use the top-rated Hard Rock Bet sportsbook to place all your NFL bets this season. Hard Rock Bet is the only legal sportsbook in the state of Florida and is also available in Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois, and Colorado, with more states to come. You can also play on Hard Rock Bet's online casino if you are in New Jersey. As we gear up for the NFL season, sign up for Hard Rock Bet and make a $5 bet, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Head over to Hard Rock Bet, sign up, and make your first deposit today. And the thing I was thinking about, once you ban all the scouts and make it hard for the scouts and ban the New England Patriots, and maybe Bill knows this, clearly, he's never getting a job in the NFL again. Because even if it goes well in a couple years in New England or in North Carolina, he'd be 75, 76 years old. Like, this is it. And he knows it. But to go out like this honestly kind of symbolizes who Bill Belichick is. Petty, vindictive. I understand it with Goodell, having the issues you had when you felt you got fined or Brady got suspended and whatever, and it was unfair. In this situation, it just feels kind of like low level. It really does. Because I asked a couple people, have you ever heard about this? Because guess what? A lot of people in the NFL have been fired. A lot of head coaches have been fired and then gone on to college to become head coaches. Do you know what none of them have ever done, to my knowledge? Ban the team that fired them. And Belichick isn't just synonymous with the Patriots. He is famous because of the Patriots. He's interwoven into them. So I understand having a bad divorce. But bro, you went 4-12. Like, if she dumps you because you lose your job, you're miserable, you don't do anything, and you're like potentially violent, like, hard to blame her, right? Does anyone really blame Robert Kraft for firing you? Like, it was time. Like, you weren't just there 10 years, 20 years. You were there like 23 years. It was a long freaking time. And it had run its course. I just can't understand. And I was thinking about this. I mentioned this on Monday night. He can't fake his personality, which I appreciate in most people, but now in his job, there is somewhat of like a political angle to it. You kind of got to put on a brave face and just pretend to be semi-happy. Sometimes in college football. Do you think every day Nick Saban wanted to smile when he just knew, like, hey, recruits are going to be watching, or to do this media hit, or to do whatever? Of course not. Well, Belichick's never had to do any of that because in the pros, none of that matters. In college, it kind of does. So now the NFL people are like, God, this guy, what the fuck is wrong with Bill? And most people would just be like, yeah, this is who he's always kind of been. Which, listen, you can make excuses when you're winning 13, 14 games and go into the Super Bowl. You just become a laughingstock when you start losing by 40 points and, have a 4-8 season. So that's what they look like they got. And I can't imagine that Mike Lombardi, who is like, they've said they're the 33rd team. Like, that's what they want to do. Well, we know who the boss is, the guy making $10 million. He's the guy banning New England. He's the guy making it hard on the scouts, which I just think He put out a two deep yesterday, which was completely blank. It's like, bro, you're kind of turning into a joke. It's kind of sad. And I'm a defender of Belichick. I'm a fan. I'm the guy that's been calling him the greatest coach I've ever seen forever. And I stand by what I said based on what I saw in his heyday. But what's going on right now? Jerry Jones gets made fun of a lot for being old and senile. What the hell's happening to Belichick?